So we're going to be starting on our hands and knees. Okay, so we have our feet against the shoulder rest, hands on the wooden platform. We're just going to start with some cat-cows here. So we're going to round our back up, tucking our chin, and then arcing our back, looking forward. We're going to inhale as we tuck our chin. Exhale as we arc and look forward. Inhale and exhale. Good, and we'll do about 3 more. And last one here. Good, and then we're going to find a nice flat back. Hands are about shoulder width apart, feet are against the shoulder rests, and we're going to tuck our toes under, be nice and tall through our shoulders, and we're going to hover our knees up and lower down. Pressing into hands and feet, we hover, trying not to move the carriage, and lower down. Good, we'll do 2 more like that. Good, and then we're going to come on up and we're going to hold. Knees are hovered, and we're going to press into our feet, moving the carriage back, and then bringing the knees in, keeping them hovered from the mat. Pressing out, and bringing the knees in. And we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. And then we're going to come on up to tall kneeling. And we're just going to scoot our feet between the shoulder rests. And we're going to reach back and grab your straps. I have a little strap holder. If you don't, just loop your straps onto your shoulder rests and give them a grab. Good. So we're up in tall kneeling. And we're going to have our elbows bent by our side. We're going to press into our hands, moving, and the carriage will move back. And then bring our arms back by our side. Pulling arms forward. Good. Inhale as your arms come back. Exhale, pushing arms through. Good. We're going to inhale and exhale. I guess I didn't say this at the beginning of the video. We're starting on 1 red spring. So I've been doing this on 1 red spring. Good. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. And then we're going to drop our straps back down. And then we're going to turn so that we're facing one side. So I'm going to turn so my right leg is against the shoulder rest, coming back into tall kneeling. And I'm going to clasp my hands around the strap. Hips are going to face forward. And then we're going to pull our arms through center, trying to keep our hands in line with our chest as we rotate. Good. And coming back through center. Continue activating those left side obliques as we pull the rope through center. Good, we're going to inhale and exhale as we pull. Inhale, arms come through, and then we exhale as we activate that left side oblique. And we'll do 2 more. And we're going to hang that strap up. I'm just going to switch down to 1 blue, taking off the red. And then we're going to grab that strap, and I'm going to have it in the left hand now. Good. We're going to have left arm pulled right by our side, nice open chest. Thinking about belly pulled to spine, slight tuck at the tailbone. And we're just going to wave our left hand across our chest and pull that left arm through center. Inhale, arm comes across the chest. Exhale, pulling through center. Good, and we're going to do about 5 more. When you're doing these, you should really feel the back of the left shoulder and the back of the armpit activating. Trying not to let that left shoulder round forward as you're doing these. And then we'll do one more. Perfect. We're gonna hang up that left strap. And then we're gonna be on a blue. You can go back up to red if you want. I just feel like my chest is kind of tight today, so I'm gonna stick with the blue. But we're gonna come back into that standing or tall kneeling position. Hands are in our straps and we're facing the foot bar. I'm gonna bring my arms up. So they're at about 90 degrees. And I'm just gonna open my chest out. Think about being nice and tall, tucked pelvis, and squeezing, bringing arms back together. So we're doing a bit of a chest press here. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, hands come together. Good. Being nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. Making sure shoulders are in line with hips, which are in line with knees. Good. And we'll do 2 more. Good. Now we're going to drop these down. And I'm going to go back to a red. And then I'm going to turn the other way. So we have left leg against the shoulder rest, and we're grabbing that strap. Or clasping our hands around the strap, hips face forward. Tall through the head, neck, and chest. And we're going to bring those arms through center. Good. Trying to keep the arms in line with the chest bone as you rotate, and keeping the shoulders dropped down away from the ears. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. We're going to drop that strap down. I'm going to come back down to a blue. And then we're going to grab that strap and have our right hand holding the strap. Drawing the shoulders back. We're going to pull that right arm across the chest, doing a little wave. Palm faces you the whole time. And you're thinking about squeezing the back of that right shoulder blade. Really activating the back of the right armpit. Thinking about keeping active through the core, belly buttons pulled to spine. Good, and we'll go for 3, 2, and last one. Perfect, hanging back down. So we have 1 glue on, and we're now gonna add 1 glue. And I'm gonna bring my foot up. And then you can't see on my side, but I have a little box on the ground beside my reformer because my reformer is a bit elevated. If you have a lower reformer, you don't need the box, but if you want to add a box, you can. It just creates less space between the ground and the machine for the lunges that we're going to be doing. So right foot is against the shoulder rest, left foot is on the box. Nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. And we're going to press back with that right foot, coming into a lunge, and then coming back up. Pressing back, and coming back up. You're trying to keep left knee over the left ankle, and we're keeping the right knee down as we press in and out for now. Inhale as you come in, exhale as you come out. Be nice and light in the hands. Like I'm not using the foot bar to press out with my lunge. My hands are really just on it for balance right now. Good. Try to keep hips facing forward. And we'll go 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. Good. And then we're going to readjust to make sure that left knee is over top of the left ankle, nice and aligned, and then we're going to hover that right knee, and we're going to press back and bend that right leg in, keeping that right knee covered the whole time. So we're thinking about being nice and steady through that left leg, nice and heavy in the left foot to really activate that left glute. And we're just pressing in and out with that right leg. Option here to take hands off the foot bar, adding a little bit of balance. Good, and we'll for 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. And then we're gonna stay elevated off the foot bar, and we're gonna have left foot on the box still or ground, keeping nice and straight through that right leg. We're gonna bend all the way down and coming up. So instead of just straightening and bending the right leg, we're now keeping the right leg straight and bending and straightening at the left leg. Good. And we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. And then we're going to take hands, bring them to the foot bar. And we're going to pop on the machine. Now we're going to have our feet flat with our heels against the shoulder rest, and we're going to sit our bum back so our head is between our arms. We're almost like in a downward dog position. And then we're going to press our heels back, moving the carriage out, and then bending the knees coming in. Pressing the feet out, and then bending knees coming in. You'll notice that while I'm doing this, there's little to no movement in the upper body. I'm trying to keep my head between my arms, keep my arms nice and steady, and all the movement is just coming from my hips and pressing my legs back. This is a really nice movement for stretching the calves, stretching the hamstrings, and opening up the posterior chain, which is your hamstrings, calves, back. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. And then, if you're not grabbing a box, just hop right onto the other side. I'm just going to grab my box and bring it around to the other side of my machine. Good. So now we're going to have left foot against the shoulder rest, right foot on the ground or the box, nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. Heavy in the right foot, and we're going to press that left leg back, keeping that knee down. Good, coming up. So inhale as you come in, exhale, pressing out. Again, we're being nice and light in the hands, using the forearm more for balance than anything. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Now we're pressing heavy into the right foot. We hover that left knee up, pressing in and out with that left leg. Trying to keep a nice bend in that right knee. Making sure that right knee stays over the right ankle, nice and aligned. Nice and open through the head, neck, and chest. Option here to come up, taking hands off the foot bar for a little bit more balance. Good, and we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good, and then we're going to stand up tall, keeping straight through that left leg. We're going to bend at that right knee and come back up. Good. And we'll go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. And then we're going to come onto the machine. We're going to have feet against the shoulder rests, and we're just going to take the blue off. So now we just have one red back on again. Hands are on the foot bar, feet are against the shoulder rest. You can kind of curl your toes under if you can see there. And then we're going to press into our hands, press into our feet, and press out into a plank. So we're holding a plank here, and then we're going to move our arms out and back in. So shoulders start above hands, and then we're going to press back, moving the carriage back, and then coming back in. So shoulders go back over our hands. So holding nice and strong through your plank. Nice and tall through the shoulders, and try to keep your gaze looking forward so that your spine is aligned. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. Bend our knees, coming down. And then from here, we're just gonna sit, facing the straps. We're gonna have our legs out between the shoulder rests, and we're gonna grab our straps from in front of us. Good. And we're sitting nice and tall. Slight bend in the arms, shoulders drawn back. And then from here, we're just gonna tuck our tailbone under, making a little C shape through our pelvis, and then rolling back, and then coming back up to a nice tall spine. Slight tuck of the tailbone, we roll back into a little C, and then we peel back up to a nice tall seated position. Inhale to top, exhale to roll down, and inhale coming back up. Good, we'll do 2 more. Perfect, and then we're gonna roll about halfway back. Keeping that nice little tuck of the tailbone, belly pulled in. We're just gonna bring our arms into a bicep curl here. Trying to keep nice and open through the head, neck, and chest. Keeping gaze forward to keep that neutral alignment in the spine and then the neck. Inhale as your arms come forward. Exhale as we curl. And we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Good, we're gonna hold that curl, and we're just gonna rotate through our upper body to the left, to center, and then back to the right. When you're doing these, you're trying to get equally weighted on your sit bones. And we're just rotating through the upper body. You're trying to keep your hips facing forward. You're not lifting one hip as you go the opposite way. The movement is just coming through your mid-back and spine. Really activating your oblique muscles. And we'll do 1 more each way. Perfect. And then we're going to sit nice and tall, and we're going to hang our straps up. And then we still have 1 red on. We're going to have our legs out towards the shoulder rest in our little mermaid position. So right shins along the shoulder rest, left hand is on the foot bar, nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. We're going to press into that left hand, arc up and over, and then coming back up to tall. Inhale, exhale, pressing, and then coming back tall. And we'll do 3 more. And then we're going to land that hand on the foot bar, pressing away, and then peeling up for a little swan. We inhale, exhale, pressing down, head dives between the arms, and then coming back up for a little mini swan. And we'll do 2 more. Perfect. And then we're just going to switch other side. So left shin is along the left shoulder rest. Right hand goes on the foot bar, nice and tall through the head, neck, and chest. We're going to press into that right hand, arc up and over to the right. And then coming back up to tall. Inhale, exhale, we side bend. And then coming back up to tall. Good, and we'll do 2 to 3 more at your own pace. And then on this next one, we're gonna arc up and over, land that left hand on the foot bar, space our hands out, and dive our head between our hands. And then we're gonna gently glide the reformer in, coming up through to a little swan. And then pressing into hands, tucking chin, head goes between arms, and then bending back up. And we'll do 2 more. Really a nice side body stretch on the right here. And last one. Perfect, and then just to finish here, we're going to come back onto hands and knees, lower that foot bar down. You're against the shoulder rest, we're back on that one red spring, and we're just going to finish with some cat-cows. Inhale, rounding back, exhale, dropping belly, looking forward. Just do about 4 to 6, whatever feels good for you, just noticing how you feel before and after class. It's always nice to compare. Feeling a lot looser through the spine and pelvis. Good, and we'll just do 2 more here. Perfect. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my first reformer workout for this YouTube page. If you want to see more reformer, like and subscribe. And comment below for what you want to see next on the reformer. I am happy to upload reformer videos. I know not everyone has access to them, so if this is something that you want to see more of, please comment below and subscribe to my channel, and I will do my best to provide this content for you. Have an amazing day, everyone.